So my mom apparently made a list of things, is it objects? I don't know. Things that apparently I don't know because I'm young or Gen Z. And so now she's gonna take her moment to try to embarrass me or okay, so what kind of stuff's on the list?
Okay, so I just came up and had ChatGPT help me with some items that from maybe when her brothers and sisters were young or when I was younger, and just to see if she knows what these items are. So the first one is silly putty. Do you know what silly putty is?
Is it not what the name is, like putty?
Okay, so
In
what
like a
did you
little
do with
cup?
it? What
With
was
silly
it
putty?
for? Yeah, what was it for?
Playing with sensory stuff.
So we used to take silly putty and you could stretch it out and you could put it over like a comic strip. You probably don't even know what the comic strip is in the newspaper.
I
But we
read the
would put it
comics.
on there and you could peel it off and it would transfer to the silly putty and you could see it.
And then what would you do with that then? Yeah.
Smudge it up and do it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was for play. What about chain emails?
A chain email, yeah, they're the worst to ever get sent. Well, because on Snapchat they would have that where it's like a whole copy paste thing.
And what is it?
It could be anything. It could be something for good luck. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it was sent out. People would say, "Oh, you have to send this on to 10 people
Yeah.
or you're going to have some kind of tragedy
Yes,
in
something
your
like that.
life." But the early ones, earlier than that, would be a chain letter. Did you ever get a chain letter? We had chain
Someone
letters.
actually sat down and wrote out, "You better send this to 10 people or your house is going to burn down."
And back then, I mean, you had to handwrite them all out. Maybe you had copy. I mean, we could copy them, but that would only be at the school. We didn't have like printers, so you had to write out these chain letters, and then you had to send them to
What would
10
it
people.
say?
Just basically, here's a chain letter. If you break the chain, you're going to experience some kind of disaster, and your life will be over or ruined. It was pretty intense, and
I feel like it's one thing to get that as an email. If I got a letter, a handwritten letter
Yeah,
that was
it was
like, your
handwritten.
family's going to die, you better send this to someone else. That's terrifying.
And for no reason. Like, what was the
No.
purpose? Just to send it and terrorize 10 people, I guess.
And did you send it?
I'm sure I did. Well, I didn't want to have bad luck.
Yeah, you're a follower.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. How about yellow pages? Do you know what yellow pages are?
I just learned what pink slips are.
Okay,
what's that
pink
color?
slip?
That's like the equivalent, but a different color. No, isn't a pink slip? Because I had to look it up because you're watching Bird Notice.
Oh, okay.
It's from a pink slip. So what's yellow pages?
Okay, what are yellow pages? You don't know?
No. I know pages that are yellow.
Yeah, no, it's not construction paper that is yellow. So the yellow pages was the business directory in the phone book. So you had white pages, that's all the phone numbers of the people. So everybody's phone number got published in the white pages. And these are home phone numbers, not cell phone numbers. But in the yellow pages, all the businesses were there. And you could advertise in there. Mm-hmm. And people, if you wanted to look up a business, this is well before the internet, if you wanted to look up a business, you had to go to the yellow pages and get, that was really the only way that you could do that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay, what about dial-up? Do you know what dial-up is?
When you dial someone up. Is it a website? Is it? I'm sounding so young.
Related to that.
Dial up. No. Go ahead.
So dial-up is, we had dial-up internet, and initially, because you had a landline, you didn't have cell phones. So if you wanted to go, AOL was like one of the first. Yes. You had to use that through your phone line, your home phone line. And if you were on the internet, then you couldn't get any phone calls. But it actually dialed up a number, so you had to wait until it actually connected to dial in. I know, it's crazy. You think about it now, it's pretty crazy. So what about Be Kind Rewind? Do you know what that means?
At Blockbuster or something, that's when you rent one of the VHS tapes and then you should, it's like I guess you don't know if you have to, but rewind it so the next person that rents that doesn't start right at the end. They have to take the time to rewind it.
Yep. It is. And we had machines to do that. So you didn't have to, but we could get a machine to rewind it quickly.
Dang, only one I knew.
Okay. What about party line?
A party line? Does that have something to do with like the home phone or rotary phone and then no, is it a party line like where it's multiple, like just an open line that anyone can call on and stuff?
Yeah, so
Like
when
a
I
group
was,
chat,
yeah,
basically?
it's a group chat, yeah, for all of your neighbors. So,
Yeah.
and growing up in Montana, we had a party line. And so you went to the phone at home and picked it up, somebody else could be talking on there, and you really could be listening in if you wanted to. But then you just hung it back up and waited until somebody was up. So you had basically one line for all of your neighbors. So I lived out in the country, so we didn't have a lot of neighbors, but we did have some, and
that's where the gossip is. That's
yeah,
how
oh,
information gets
absolutely.
spread. Oh my word.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. It's probably good in this day and age of the internet that we don't have that. There'd be way too much information being passed.
Yeah, you don't want someone listening to your phone.
A lot of times you could hear when they picked up the phone, but then you can hear when they clicked it. But yeah,
now you just have the FBI listening to you.
Yeah, the CIA. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So okay, you did pretty good on some of these things.